KMIR Today at 5 starts now.
Good morning to you. It is Wednesday, September 17th already. You're watching KMIR Today. I'm Thalia Hayden.
And I'm Gloria Rodriguez. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. So far, a nice morning out there, pretty pleasant, but when it gets to later on, it just gets so hot out there this time of year.
Yeah, it's still muggy. These are unseasonable conditions. Hopefully they will be going away. Luckily, Gloria, you got out of the area for a little bit, right?
I did. I was in Milwaukee, Chicago, and what a difference. I mean, it was 45 degrees there, and then I got back to 110-degree temperatures. But let's take that live look outside right now, because this is your general air conditioning camera. So far, looking again like a nice morning. When I was driving into work, it was about 85 degrees this morning, so that's pretty pleasant for us. But the triple digits will hit about noon or so, and of course, it's going to get hot out there.
Yeah, they're definitely lurking. Looks like we may have dropped a degree or two from yesterday, but still hot out there. Thermal is going to see 102, Indio 102 as well, Coachella 100, Palm Desert 102, and look at that, possible rain in the forecast today. So you're going to want to prepare for that as well. We'll get to weather in a little bit, but for now, your top story.
We start with the flash flooding in the high desert. One person died in that flood and a child was saved in what can only be called a miracle. Heavy rain and flooding damaged this home you're seeing right there. The force of the water swept up a 19-month-old baby and carried the baby downstream. Moments later, a neighbor saw a man coming out of the water about 100 yards downstream, holding up the baby. That neighbor described the frantic scene.
I saw that the house had been gone through and there was water actually coming about 30 feet from my house. And women screaming, and there was another guy running around, and then I could make out what she was saying. It was, "Where's my baby, my baby?" And I look down and I assume the father, and he's fishing around, and soon he pulls the baby out. And they came up and they're all covered in mud, but baby seemed to be fine, you know. And it was just the most incredible thing I've ever seen.
The baby suffered minor cuts and bruises and was taken to a hospital for examination. San Bernardino County fire officials say that somebody died in that flooding. A car crossing floodwaters on Sunny Vista Drive was swept away. The car then flipped over in the fast-moving water. The name of that person has not yet been released.
The city of La Quinta is preparing for the possibility of heavy rains and flooding today as the cleanup continues from last week's storms. Last night, the city council declared a local emergency from last week's flooding. The council is requesting that Governor Jerry Brown proclaim a state of emergency. Both of these actions allow the city to collect state funds to be used for cleanup. The city also approved $350,000 from the city general fund reserves for immediate repairs there. The storms now over the valley pose a significant threat of flash flooding today and tomorrow. Avenue 50 east of Washington will be closed. They are building a dam to raise the elevation so they can pump water without it coming back.
We did go on the city website and fill out the little form that they ask you to fill out to get on the list for the damages. Yeah, so we estimated them, and it was just an estimate because we have no idea, you know, what it would cost.
The city is offering free sandbags at the city parking lot and the fire stations. They say it's better to be overly prepared than caught off guard for this next round of storms.
Let's get some more information on the potential flooding that we could see again today.
Meteorologist Greg Bennett joins us with your weather forecast. Hi, Greg.
All right, guys, today is the big day. We were watching Tropical Storm Odile out there, and it's becoming basically a big deal to the southwest. Major shower and thunderstorm activity to Arizona and New Mexico, and we're going to get our fair share today. We've got the chance for shower activity, and we're really starting to drop our temperatures. About 101 degrees for this afternoon, 79 degrees for tonight. The breakdown here, I think we're going to keep that chance for rainfall all through the day. We'll go into more detail on this in the rest of your forecast. It's coming up in your lifestyle weather forecast.
All right, Greg, thank you. Yesterday's storms weren't confined to the high desert in Wildomar. Some cars tried to drive down flooded streets which was very dangerous, especially if you don't know how deep the water is there. The storms also caused other damage throughout the area. Downed trees and power poles were another result of the intense rain and wind. More than 4,000 homes and businesses lost power. Southern California Edison says many are still without power this morning.
A Mecca man drowned after falling into a lake at the PGA West golf course in La Quinta yesterday. The accident happened just before 2 o'clock yesterday. Riverside County Sheriff's deputies responded to a report of a possible drowning. Sheriff's deputies say that 2 workers on a contract crew were clearing plant material from the lake when the boat capsized. The 2 fell into the water. 1 worker was able to get out of the lake, but the other was not. Other workers jumped into the lake to try to rescue the man, but they couldn't find him. A sheriff's dive team was able to recover the man from the lake. He did not survive. He's identified as a 45-year-old man from Mecca.
Power was off overnight for hundreds in Bermuda Dunes after a car crashed into a pole. It happened just after midnight on Adams Street and Savannah Lamar Drive. The driver lost control of the car for an unknown reason just before the crash. He was checked out by medical personnel and seemed to be okay. Imperial Irrigation District crews were on scene within minutes, and power has since been restored.
The San Bernardino Sheriff's Department is asking for your help finding a missing woman. Authorities say that her car was found abandoned last Friday. 84-year-old Nola Taylor was last heard from on Monday, September 8th, when she left a medical center in Joshua Tree. You can see her picture right there. She's about 5'4", 110 pounds, with gray hair and hazel eyes. Officials say that she was driving to her quilting class at the Yucca Valley Community Center, but she never arrived. Her 1989 Lincoln Continental was found in 29 Palms on Desert Quail Drive and Baseline Road. Authorities say that her car was disabled. If you have any information, please contact the Morongo Basin Sheriff's Station.
Time right now, 7 past the hour. KMIR Today is just getting started.
Still ahead, the president is learning more about the militant group ISIS as a coalition force to fight the group is forming.
And flights are leaving Mexico, bringing tourism home following the destruction from Hurricane Odile.
And a bit later, a man gets a special birthday celebration at a diner that he's been eating at daily for more than 50 years. The heartwarming story is on the way.
And remember, KMIR is committed to making the Coachella Valley a better place to live. If you have a problem or story you'd like us to look into, email us or call our newsroom. We'll be right back.